what needs to happen, what we want to see happen, what is in the best interest of both parents and schools, is that parents understand and really fulfill the role of parenting, and that schools are there to assist parents in the education of their child. Uh, that it is a partnership between the parent and the school, whatever school that the parent chooses. Because at the end of the day, as we've already established, children do better when their parents are actively involved and in part of the process. They're part of the support structure. They're well aware. They are engaged with that student. They're engaged with their teacher and their school there. And so it's this team that is rallied around this student to make sure that that student is achieving their best, rather than the child just kind of thrown out into the
Right.
air and wherever it lands, and then who's getting blamed when the child doesn't do well. And that's typically what we see in our society today. And I think it's critically important that we understand that there are distinct roles, and everyone needs to own their role. And when we do, we're going to have fantastic results.
Oh my yes. Oh my yes. The issue is if a parent depends upon their child to give you an accurate input of what's happening at school, it's pretty it's not true. Because if you say what happened today at school, John, you'd say not much.
Mhm.
Same old same. I mean, you don't really get any information because you're not connected. Or you get a slanted point of view, and then the parent comes to your office and say, "Hey, why did this occur in my daughter's class or whatever?" So yeah, it's a relationship, and Melvin, relationships take investment.
Yeah.
Relationships take time, and relationships take one of the things I think missing in education is trust. And there has to be a trust. And I was lucky to work in a school district in Greencastle where over time we developed trust with the community. And the school really was part of the center of the community. The community rallied around us. It didn't happen all at once. I mean, I went through taxpayer groups. I went through a lot in my 34 years. But but even today, and I haven't been there, since I retired, but there's still this sense of schools are to be a community school, a reflection. Communities need to be built around schools, and schools need to be used by the community. School buildings, I know maybe we'll get to talk about this later, but school buildings don't wear out. We just don't use them. And we need to be using them and getting the community in there, the seniors or what have you. One of the things I left seniors, this is of course before all the security stuff, but used to let seniors walk the hall, make a circle in my building. Well, that was a great thing, to connect the older generation with the younger generation. Uh, I mean, just little things that you can do that makes all the difference in the world. But it takes effort.
Mhm.
It takes purpose, and I think that's the other word that's missing in education is we're not purposeful. If you're in business, you sharpen your business to be purposeful, on point, to make the most of everything you got.
Mhm.
And we don't do that in education. I think we got pretty good at it at Greencastle, but um, we need to really be honed into that. And in the superintendent, that's the guy that would be above me, who would be running the show, and the board really need to be thinking about two things: connecting with the community, and how am I going to fund this place? And then let the underlings like me, a principal or a director, run the program. And as long as you're getting good results, as you were talking earlier, and we measure results. I started measuring results by doing analysis of the senior class. How many kids had this GPA, or how many kids went to what percentage went on to school, what percentage went to this, and it's amazing, but that's what we're measured by.
Yeah.
You know, and every year we're measured by what's the SAT score of the juniors and seniors. Uh, and that's an important piece of data, and it's reflective, but it's not all that we need to be measured by. But I think relationships, I think if I had to change, if I could rebuild school, it would be all about relationship and individualization.